we all need to take small steps in our own world to be able to change things. We were taking orders at the pub next door to LBS, and that gave us a little bit of cash flow. We change the bags as time passes. I think entrepreneurship is difficult. There will be lots of bumps on the road, and you need to be able to pass them easily.
Esin, thank you so much for coming and being here today.
Thank you.
So to start off, I would love to find out a bit more about your founder story, how you got to where you are today, and a bit more about the brand as well.
Sure. I've been in the fashion industry over 20 years, and I have worked for the world's most prestigious brands, including Burberry, Anya Heinmart, and a couple of other big well-known brands. But my specialization has become handbags prior to starting my business. So I worked in the handbag business over 6 years, and then I realized what a good product it is. And over 12 years ago, I decided to pursue an entrepreneurial path. I joined London Business School, focused on entrepreneurship, and I set up my own brand during my time at LBS doing the MBA.
Amazing.
Yes.
And yeah, just talk to us about who the brand is for. How did you come up with the idea?
So the handbag idea came when I was working in the handbag business for other brands. I always thought how overpriced the designer bags are, and I love the product. I loved making them. I thought they should be more functional and versatile, and also finest quality without the price tag. So when I set up my brand, I wanted to create versatile bags that are made with the finest quality at a fraction of the designer bag prices. So that's what I wanted to achieve.
Who are you really building this brand for? Like, who is the typical customer?
So it's basically anyone who has a busy, modern, urban lifestyle. And while I set up the business, it was my friends around at MBA. They would just get off Eurostar, come to class at LBS, needed a backpack during that time. Later, they needed it to be a crossbody bag because they would go to the pub after class.
Yeah.
And in the evening, they would end up again in a place where they get together with their friends. So their needs changed throughout the day. And I wanted to create something that would work for the whole day, starting from the morning till the evening. And there was no such bag in the market at that time.
Amazing. And a lot of people always ask me, how do you go from 0 to 1 in terms of how do you get your initial customers on board? So how did you go about that journey? How did you find them? Did you literally ask people at LBS, your classmates, or how did you find them?
So literally I had my first customer even before I had the bag in the market. It was during an entrepreneurship class where I presented my designs, just pictures, and someone gave an order. And
wow.
And they said, I want to buy this for my wife, and can you get it for Christmas? And that was the start of our journey. Next day, we set up the business, having seen the demand, and we got multiple orders all at the same time. It was right before Christmas. Everyone was eager to order, and we were taking orders at the pub next door to LBS. And that gave us a little bit of cash flow to put the first collection and the samples together to be able to deliver on time for customers.
Amazing. And I'd love to talk about the design of the handbags. Obviously, you spoke about how they're very versatile and they have different purposes for different times of the day. Yeah. But I'd love to walk through how you went about that design.
Bags speak better than me.
Yeah, please share.
So guess how many functions does this bag have?
3.
Nope, it has 6.
Ah, okay.
So it's a backpack. You can take this strap off. It's a patented design. And you can use it also as a shoulder bag. So basically by passing it through, the strap here and attaching it here. So that makes one use to second use, and it becomes a shoulder bag that way. And everything is designed with the customer in mind. So people have different heights. They can adjust the strap height as they wish.
It's a bit more of like a satchel sort of thing then.
Yes. Yeah. And then the other use is like you can minimize and maximize the size of the bag as you need. Like today I have a laptop in it. Could have been better if I used this like this. So from small to a bigger size.
Oh, amazing.
It just becomes a nice tote bag. You can use it as a top handle, crossbody, and again as a backpack with two different uses. And if you don't use so much, you're at the weekend, you empty your bag after a long travel, what you can do is minimize the bag.
Such a good thing as well for traveling, because I always find that I want to take one bag on holiday,
and that's it. Like
it's not big enough.
When it's completely empty, you just minimize it from the side here, from the buttons, snaps, and do the same here. So it will become a much more smaller bag.
Yeah.
Right now there is laptop. If I take it off, it will be easier.
Yeah. So, I haven't seen a bag like this really transform in.
So there is the laptop compartment and all other pockets inside. Nice. So I'll take the laptop off to show how it can make it even smaller. As it can become like a little crossbody bag with this feature on the side. This has been a bestseller since the beginning. So we have been making this over and over. And it shows our story really well.
Yeah.
As you can use it for traveling, work, client meeting, weekend as a gym bag, or you just use it for your evening event by just making it small.
And do you think other brands haven't done this because they want you to buy multiple bags from them?
Well, that's the story, isn't it? Well, whenever I design a bag, I always think if you're charging a customer over like £500 or about £500, this is available at $595 price point. If that's the price, it has to be worth it, right? You can use this one every day and for every purpose. So that's why it's worth the price, because you use it every day. If you buy a clothes, you wear it once a week, maybe once a month, but a bag, you use it every day. So that's why we try to make it worth it. And of course, the durability, the strength, and the quality helps with all of that.
Yeah, I think it's a really refreshing way to look at the whole idea of a handbag, and making sure that you can use it every day rather than just, when you have a special occasion, or this is my bag for work and this is my bag for travel and that's my handbag for going out. How can it be all in one, which I think is very exciting.
Yeah.
I want to also talk about now, because obviously we are very focused on sustainability, about how you've integrated sustainability into the design of the bag.
Sure. We integrate sustainability in everything we do. It's not only about the bag or the material, it's about everything we do, starting from packaging. So we try to avoid plastics in our packaging when we send the product to our customers. This is the dust bag that comes in, and you can also use it as a
I love this. So cute. I have so many of these at home and I never use it, but I would definitely use a...
Like we use it at the beach this summer, and it's also something you can use. It's gender neutral. Like it's if a husband has to carry beach material, they won't complain. Yeah. And also you can use it as a
like a tote bag.
Like a tote bag.
Yeah.
We do small production runs. We do not overproduce, so there is no wastage in anything we do. We do use all the scrap material. There must be one here in small leather goods.
Amazing.
So this is just one example that are made from leftover leather. We try to minimize the pollution by keeping our production and raw material sourcing all as close as it can be together in the same place.
Yeah.
We will be the first brand making bags from olive waste. So this is basically a leather alternative made from the olive waste. When in Mediterranean countries, olive is used for making olive oil, and then squeezed, the juice, the oil is squeezed from the olive pieces, and then there is a waste left over from it. Amazing. So instead of throwing that away, it's a natural material, it's organic. So it's turned into a leather alternative that is with a specific formula, patented formula to turn it into this material.
That's amazing.
We have tested multiple vegan materials. Many of them failed our quality control tests. Okay. They weren't durable. They would peel. They feel papery, and in time, everything would fade. The color would fade, etc. So none of them were suitable for having that luxury feel and touch. Whereas this one, that I have been using it over a year now, it's tested, and it ages so well. It feels even softer in time, rather than looking back. It actually adds to its look as time passes. So we really like the material.
Amazing.
And this is as close as we could get to real leather feel.
How did you find out about it as well? Like, it sounds quite niche, but is it like an up-and-coming material that a lot of brands are using, or how do you find out about it?
Well, we have been researching all vegan materials, and we tested, as I said, we've tested many of them. And while I was just about to create our own material, one of my innovation experts I work with said, actually, there is a company that does this. But at the time we approached this innovative company, the type of materials they made were not really suitable for the vegan bag. They weren't durable, they would peel, they would crease and stuff. So we had to work with a company to develop our own bespoke material to use it exclusively for bags. It performs way better from many aspects. The durability, strength, color fading, everything is tested, scratch-free, waterproof. So we have eliminated many of the problems that they had in their own range. So done exclusively for us, but now we have also the right to sell the material to third parties. So it's not just us. We will be the first one to use this material, but we don't want to be the only one. We would like to spread that sustainability ambition with other brands.
Yeah, of course. I think that collaboration is so important, and to knowledge share as well, because I think there's a lot of gatekeeping in the industry. So what really inspired you to build this collection, the vegan collection? Like, was it increased demand? Were your community asking for it? Were you looking to gain the interest and intrigue of other types of consumers?
There are many things. Like, first of all, while I was at Burberry, it was my expertise to develop the new materials, non-leather materials. So I got into that while I was there, and I got really excited because anything non-leather is like completely artificial, right? But while I love the quality and the touch and feel of things that I developed for Burberry, I didn't like the material having PVC. So despite that it has been not my expertise, knowing all the suppliers in that area, I didn't want to use it for my own collection. I wanted to have something more sustainable, environment friendly, and natural. So I kept using leather, calf leather, that's byproduct of food industry. And until I find the real vegan material that is natural, circular, organic, not and like PVC free, basically. So this is how I ended up only now finding the right material. There have been other materials and other bag brands are using, but none of them, I think, have been 100% happy with the material because of the problems that I mentioned. So I had to work really hard over a year with the innovative company to bring this to a state where actually it looks luxury, it feels luxury, it's durable, it doesn't fall apart in a day.
Amazing. I think
now I'm convinced it's time to use it.
So it was part of your mission, essentially, from the get-go.
And that's the way forward. Everybody's talking about global warming and plastic pollution and all sorts of things going wrong in the world. And we all need to take small steps in our own world to be able to change things. If you don't want leather bags, that I can understand, but then you need to start investing in those products that are not leather so that those companies grow, that the world changes slowly. Nothing will change overnight. So that's in my world, that's the first step towards changing how things are done.
So is that how, because my next question was going to be, how would you like things to change? Do you think the change should come from the consumer or do you think it should come from brands?
I think it has to be both. It's really difficult to be sustainable, I have to admit. While we were researching for this vegan material, I have gone through lots of questions. Is it, do you think it's, for example, sustainable to fly this cactus leather from Mexico over Atlantic to Europe to produce the bag? I didn't think so. Or is it sustainable to use this vegan material that includes plastic? I don't think so. And then is it really vegan if it's plastic? What people sell today under the name of vegan is like most of them are PVC and plastic that's bad for the environment, has hazardous chemicals that damage human health, even sometimes cause cancer. So none of these are really sustainable to me. So brands have to look for their own ways to make it really sustainable, not for the show, not for the marketing, but really sustainable by keeping production and raw materials in close place, close distance. And the more brands use it, the more prices will come down. So that's the other problem. Most brands do it, but then if the price turns out to be higher in retail than real leather bag, will consumer buy it? Consumers still expect the price to be further down because they are used to the vegan bags to be made out of plastic. However, creating these innovative materials are really expensive. It's new. There is a lot of science that goes into it. So if people want change, they need to start supporting these vegan brands, vegan bags, real plant-based ones, because it's really expensive to make them. If consumers do not support and buy, the prices will never go down enough. And the world will not change.
I think it has to become almost like a social symbol that you are buying a vegan brand and not a leather bag. I think once that switch is made, and you see someone wearing a bag from a brand that obviously only uses vegan products, they are proud to show off that they're doing that. And I think that is where it needs to slightly spin its head, I think, from a consumer perspective. Where do you think resale fits in the whole ecosystem, from the whole kind of space of sustainable fashion? How important is it to you as a brand?
Especially in bags, there's a huge amount of reselling market. And I think it's really important to enable people to be able to do that legitimately rather than on eBay here and there, damaging the brand image of everything. So we have a lot of customers that come back over time and say, do you still have this bag? Most times, we do small production runs and we change the bags as time passes because of trends, or we want to bring new things to market. So when all customers ask whether I have this product, it's really important to be able to tell them, I don't have it, but this customer of mine wants to sell it, and matching them on our own like website would be a fantastic thing to do. That's where your company comes in. Right?
Exactly.
So I sometimes see my products here and there on eBay, this and that, and I don't like the images. I don't like the way it's presented. It actually is not so good for the brand. However, there is we can't write off that there is a market for it. People want to buy it. And if you can buy it for a lower price, a good item that's in your wardrobe, if you're not using it, it's a fantastic thing to be able to offer that to your customer.
Exactly.
We're definitely interested in that. Our customers are definitely interested in that. And I think it's a great way of offering circularity and recycling things rather than letting them go to waste.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's so important, especially for luxury brands who spend so much time on their imagery and presenting their products in a beautiful way, to then see it on the secondhand market, in someone's bedroom. It does feel a bit gutty, I think, for the brand owners. But also from an authentication perspective with resale, once the brand can really control that themselves and own it, especially with handbags where there is such a problem with fakes on the market.
Of course.
I think this will really help a lot of people out there to actually engage in resale in the very outset, because they're not worried about, getting a fake product or anything like that. So
if we offer that through your company on our website, we can authenticate that so easily because we have track of every customer, every product that is sold.
Yeah.
The whole over 10 years history. So it's anything sold there will be authentic.
Yeah, exactly.
Not a copy. I can see some happening. Copies happening.
Yeah. Awesome. So the final question that we always finish our interviews with is, what would be your number one piece of advice for other founders who are beginning their journey?
Choose something that they're passionate about and they love. Because I think entrepreneurship is difficult. There will be lots of bumps on the road, and you need to be able to pass them easily and not stopping after the first challenge. In order to do that, you really need to have enough passion, love, belief in yourself, and belief in the idea. That's all I can say.
Yeah, you'll be working on it at weekends. You've got to like what you're doing and be passionate about it.
And also, I think at one point, I remember Tory Burgess' advice to entrepreneurs: find people smarter than you. So that I listened to that advice further down the line, and I think it's really key.
Definitely.
Moving the ego to side and now that's my new way of thinking.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for coming in. Really enjoyed the chat.